Build the most secret LEGO weapons without anyone noticing them. Today I'm going to build 7 secret LEGO weapons that you'll never discover. I used thousands of parts to create the coolest LEGO weapons disguised as things like a small car, a LEGO figure, and even a LEGO train. Watch the video to the end, because lastly, I'm going to build the most powerful secret weapon that even the best detectives won't be able to detect. But let's start with something small. The first thing I decided to do was to hide this spring shooter inside a LEGO building so that no one would notice it and it could be quickly activated if needed. Using LEGO Technic parts, I built a mechanism that allows me to hide the cannon and take it out when needed. The cannon is activated by pressure on the back of the dart by the opening mechanism. Time to figure out where to hide it. My choice was this container. It'll fit the mechanism I just built perfectly. Well, here's the mechanism inside the structure. To activate the cannon, all you have to do is pull on the top of the structure and the loaded cannon will activate and can attack the target. Let's put it to the test. Here is such a bad guy is going to rob our house and steal all our savings. But he doesn't know about our secret weapon, which is cleverly activated with a single click. Everything works perfectly, and our savings remain intact. Time to move on to the next weapon. This time I decided to create a hidden blade that would quickly appear from an unexpected place when needed. I've always been amazed by such blades that extend and retract lightning fast at the press of a button. So I decided to replicate a similar mechanism using LEGO parts. I ended up with a design that works as follows. The blade has a small recess in the base to lock in the lower and upper positions. For quick extension, there is a rubber band that is pulled taut and then pushes the blade. The blade lock is released by pushing down on the lever. The mechanism looks very exciting. It turned out to be a kind of anti-stress. As you can see in the top position, the blade does not close when pressure is applied. To close it, you have to press the switch. But since we are building secret LEGO weapons, I decided to disguise the blade as a cab car. Now when you press on the top part, the blade extends or retracts. Test time! The balloon bursts with one touch of the blade. What a spectacular appearance of the blade. No one would have guessed that this LEGO car has a hidden weapon. The new weapon is a multi-shot LEGO gun. I tried to put together a powerful and compact design that can be camouflaged later. It has a magazine which allows you to fire up to 5 rounds in a row. When loaded, the cartridges feed upward just under the tensioned rubber band. When I pull the trigger, the cartridge flies out of the barrel at high velocity. Look at the force with which it strikes the minifigures. Disguise time. I chose a LEGO train as the body for the gun. As you can see, we ended up with a regular locomotive that looks safe, but that's only at first glance. It is enough to insert the magazine and reload as it turns into a real weapon, capable of hitting a whole group of robbers. The minifigures and their vehicle are successfully destroyed. This is probably the most dangerous LEGO train you've ever seen. This time I went the opposite way. First I assembled a peaceful building and then built a weapon into it. I made a giant LEGO man figure out of ordinary parts. It has moving parts like the original figure and cursed expression on its face. After twirling it around in my hands, I imagined it to be a double-barreled shotgun. It seemed like a good idea to me, and I set about realizing it. I assembled 2 compact cannons that fire LEGO barrels when the trigger is pulled. Time to build them inside the minifigure's legs. As a result, it worked out almost perfectly. After installing the cannons, the figure looks as usual. We load the LEGO cannons with beams. As you can see, there are 2 beams sticking out of the legs from the top, which are an extension of the trigger. If you press on them, the shot will be fired. So, when the legs are mounted on the figure, when bent, the levers rest against the figure's torso and the guns are activated. The figure can fire 2 rounds at a time or alternately. Let's try it out. The shotgun figure is great at hitting targets, including his little brothers. The perfect secret weapon that no one will ever guess. Weapons will be secret if they are hard to detect, and so I decided to build a Lego web shooter that would hide under my sleeve and be discreetly activated when needed. I tested several designs to see which would be the most successful. The first design looked like this. There is a spring at the base of the design. To fire a shot, you pull a lever that extends to the palm of your hand. The web shooter fires a cartridge to which the end of the thread from the spool is attached. At the end of the cartridge is a magnet. Thus, when fired, I can attach myself to metal objects to attract them to me. I found this version rather bulky and weak, so I decided to redesign it. The second version looked like this. It takes up much less space, and instead of a spring, the web shooter has a stationary rubber band. Thus, the device became much more powerful and stealthy. To activate this web shooter, you need to press the trigger with your wrist. It's time to put the web shooter to the test against this robot. The peculiarity of this weapon is also that we can entangle the enemy with a thread, immobilizing it. I also had an attempt to create a secret weapon from Lego crossbow. To begin with, I collected this beautiful crossbow, which due to the stationary rubber band can shoot various projectiles. After aiming, you just need to press the trigger and you can hit your opponents. Let's use it to destroy this giant skibidi toilet. Headshot, toilet defeated. For secrecy, I decided to make it more compact. For this purpose, I have assembled a ratchet mechanism which allows me to fold the arms of the crossbow. And to further reduce its size when folded, I made it fold in half. This way, when folded, no one will even suspect that this is a real Lego crossbow. What a spectacular way for it to unfold and hit targets. Let's destroy this bandit base using our folding crossbow. All the bandits are defeated. Time to move on to the next weapon. Finally, I decided to build the most powerful Lego weapon in this video. I needed a whole bunch of parts to build it. And yes, in the end I got this minigun that shoots stationary rubber bands. To test its performance, we need to load it with rubber bands. The way to do it is as follows. The minigun has a very interesting mechanism, the work of which resembles the work of a real minigun. But how to camouflage this giant? Looking at this huge construction, it reminded me of a truck. So armed with Lego parts, I decided to disguise it as a huge car. And I did a pretty good job of it. Seeing such a truck, I would have been surprised by its size, but I would never have thought that after clever manipulations, it turns into a powerful rubber shooter. I can't wait to test it out on a whole bunch of minifigures already. The minigun quickly hits multiple targets at once, and it looks very mesmerizing. But okay, it's not all smooth sailing. This is Lego after all, and the durability of the construction is pretty lame. It needs to be reinforced for better performance. The minifigures were defeated by the secret weapon, but not quite the way I wanted. That was exciting. The machine gun truck is something that should be on the shelf of every Lego lover. Well, that's all for me. We've completed the most secret Lego weapons disguised in a container, a cab, a minifigure, and even a truck. Each one has been tested and proved to be excellent. If you liked it, give us a like, tell us which weapon impressed you the most, and suggest ideas for new videos. Subscribe so that you don't miss the continuation. Thanks for watching. Bye.